Good morning, kids.
Good morning.
Welcome to Mellow Classroom. How are you all feeling today?
Fine.
You all are staying safe and healthy at home, right?
Yes.
So, you need to eat healthy food and take care of yourself in this pandemic situation. Yes, children? So, stay home and stay safe and have a healthy and playful learning with Melu. So children, today I am here to teach you a new number. Yes. So the number that comes after number 1. What is that number?
2.
Yes. So today we will learn a new number that comes after number 1. And let me introduce that number, children. Yay! Here is the number that comes after number 1. So what is this number? This is number 2. So what is this number, kids?
2.
See, this is number 2. See, let's trace number 2. Yes, we'll trace the number 2 with our 2 fingers. So this is number 2. And look here, children. How many ducks are there? Let's count. 1, 2. So, how many ducks are there? 2 ducks. And children, you know what? If we want to count number 2 on our fingers, we'll count like this. Are you ready to count along with me? Yes. So, let's start counting number 2 on our fingers. 1, 2. Yes. And children, clap your hands 2 times. 1, 2. Yes. And how many eyes we have, children? 1, 2. 2 eyes. And how many ears we have? Let's count and see. 1, 2. 2 ears, right? And how many hands we have? 1, 2. 2 hands. Yes, very good. And now children, let's see number 2 here. Children, here is the number train. So let's identify and find where is number 2 here. So this is number 1. And the number that comes after number 1 is 2. So this is my number 2. Yes, children, this is my number 2, right? So let me place the number after number 1. So let me place number 2 after number 1. Yes. You know what? Let's start wearing our boxing gloves and start punching number 2 by counting. 1, 2. Hey! Well done, children. And see, children, number 2 is a wonderful number and it simply says me and you. Yes. So now let's get into the story of number 2. So children, now I'll tell you a story about Dolly. So Dolly is our friend, right? Say hi to Dolly. Hi. Hi. Yes. And see, children, Dolly has 2 eyes. Count along with me. 1, 2. 2 eyes. And how many ears she have? She has 2 ears. 1, 2. How many ears? 2 ears. And she has got 2 hands. 1, 2. And Dolly has 2 legs. 1, 2. Yes. And so children, all of us have 2 ears, 2 eyes, two hands and two legs. Yes, very good. Now children, Dolly has a new bag. Yes, this is the bag of Dolly. It's very colorful, right? Have a look what all are there in Dolly's bag. Okay, let's start. So let me open the bag, children. Oh, something is there here. What is this? This is number 2. Because as we are learning number 2, Dolly has bought number 2 card for us. Yes? Yes. So let's see what all are there. Dolly has bought pigs. What are these, children? Pigs. So let's count how many pigs are there. 1, 2. 2 pigs. So 2 pigs are there in Dolly's bag. And let's see, we have let's see what all are there here. And Dolly has got cubes. How many cubes, children? 1, 2. 1, 2. 2 cubes. And Dolly has also got 2 markers. What are these? Markers, right? 1, 2. 2 markers. 1, 2. And Dolly has colorful balls. Yes, children. How many balls are there? 1, 2. 2 balls. 1, 2. And Dolly has few dolls also. Yes, children. What are these? Dolls, right? So let's count. How many dolls are there? 1, 2. 2 dolls. How many dolls? 2 dolls. And Dolly has 2 smileys. 1, 2. How many smileys are there in Dolly's bag, children? 1, 2. 2 smileys, right? Yes. Dolly has got lovely collection of toys, right? And Dolly loves to play with rings. Yes, children. What are these? Rings. Rings also, children. What are these? Rings. She loves to play with rings. Yes. So, let's count how many rings are there. 1, 2. 1, 2. 2 rings. Yes. And Dolly has something in the bag, right? Let's see what are they. Yay! What are these, children? Books, right? So how many books are there? 1, 2. 1, 2. 2 books. So Dolly has books in her bag. So Dolly has got number 2 card in her bag and 1, 2. 2 rings. 1, 2. 2 pegs. 1, 2. 2 cubes. And these lovely toys, right? So 1, 2. 2 dolls and 2 markers. 1, 2. 2 markers. 2 balls. 1, 2. And 2 emojis. 2 smileys, right? Yes. And she loves playing with these. 1, 2. And 2 books. 1, 2. Hey, she has got lovely collection of things in her bag. Yes? Yes. Did you all enjoy counting the things of Dolly, children? Very good. Now, let's practice writing number. So, children, This is number 2. So, let's trace number 2 using our fingers. Yes, 2 fingers. Index finger and the middle finger, right? So, this is number 2. And number 2 is a wonderful number, and it simply says number 2 means me and you. Yes. So children, now we have learned number 2. I'll teach you how to write number 2 in the air. Yes. So for that, you need to choose a point, take a point, draw a curve and a sleeping line. Yes. This is number 2. And let's do it again. Take a point, draw a curve and a sleeping line. And this makes number 2. Now let's trace number 2 on the board. Yes. And children, now I'll teach you a song while tracing and writing number 2. Yes. So number 2 is like a curve and a sleeping line. Number 2 is like a curve and a sleeping line. So, let's sing the song and trace number 2 on the board. So, let's trace number 2 here by singing this song. Yes. Number 2 is like a curve and a sleeping line. Number 2 is like a curve and a sleeping line. Hey! So, let's sing together and trace it again. Number 2 is like a curve and the sleeping line. Number 2 is like a curve and the sleeping line. Yay! Well done, children. Now we will sing a song on number 2. Listen to me carefully and then we'll sing it again together. Yes? So, this is number 2 and that means me and you. This is number 2 and that means me and you. 2 cakes, 2 mushrooms, 2 fish, 2 flowers. This is number 2 and that means me and you. This is number 2 and that means me and you. 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 hands, 2 feet. This is number 2 and that means me and you. This is number 2 and that means me and you. 2 dolls, 2 balls, 2 rings, 2 pens. This is number 2 and that means me and you. This is number 2 and that means me and you. Hey! Enjoyed singing the song, children? So, have to practice singing this song at your home with your parents. Yes? Very good. So children, now we have learned so many things about number 2. Let's have a quick recap of what all we have learned. We have learned a new number. The number of the day is number 2. Yes. And we have learned how to count number 2, a story on number 2 and practice writing number 2 in the air and tracing number 2 and a song to sing while tracing and writing number 2, and we have learned a very good beautiful song on number 2, and we have also seen an activity on number 2. So now children, that's all for today's session. See you later. Bye. So children, now let's do a hands-on activity on number 2. Yes, so let's get into the activity. Here I have few number tokens, children. What are these? Number tokens. So first I need to identify number 2 from these numbers. So let's identify and pick number 2. So is this number 2? No. What is this number? This is number 1. And where is my number 2 then? And here we go. And this is my number 2. So this is my number 2. Well done. Now let's start tracing number 2 in my sand tray. Yes. So this is my sand tray, children. So now we'll trace number 2 here. So how I taught to trace number 2? First I need to take a point and then draw a curve and a sleeping line. Yes, we'll do it again. Take a point, draw a curve and a sleeping line. Yes, and now we'll sing a song while tracing number 2. Yes, so we have learned to sing a song while tracing number 2, right? So let's sing a song and trace. Number 2 is like a curve and a sleeping line. Number 2 is like a curve and a sleeping line. Hey, very good, children. So we have learned to identify number 2 and trace number 2 in the sand tray. Now let's do an activity on counting. Yes, so now it's your turn. Now snap your fingers 2 times. So how many times you need to snap your fingers? 2 times. So how do you snap your fingers? Show me. This is the way we snap, right? So let's start snapping our fingers 2 times. Start. Chalo then. 1, 2. Hey, very good, children. Now let's do another activity. So children, let's get into another activity. In this activity, I have made few paper boats. Yes, children, colorful boats using papers. Yes, so these are my boats. And we all love playing with boats, right? We all love painting. We all love making boats with the paper and playing with them. Yes, now all you need to do is, I have few boats here and a water bowl. Now you need to pick 2 boats and place them in the water bowl. Yes, children, are you ready to do? But on one condition, that is you need to pick 2 boats by counting number 2. Yes, so let's start. Are you ready? Ready to do this activity? Yay! Let's set go. Now 1 and 2. Yes, children. So I learned to count number 2 by placing 2 boats in the water bowl. 1, 2. Enjoyed doing this activity? Had lots of fun, right? So you also practice doing this activity at your home.